of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk? Oh.
You do something that's questionable, and an employee does something in retaliation. Does it look bad if you then go to the boss and tell on the employee that retaliated against you? Because that's what's going on here. There is this lady that sent us an email, and she said, I am really struggling financially. I'm a single mom with 2 kids, and sometimes just having enough food is a struggle, and some days I don't have anything to eat. So when I'm at work, I look around our work kitchen, and I will admit that I will often eat food that someone has left on the counter or sometimes behind. It looks like it's, just kind of been forgotten about. I assume it was left behind. It wasn't wanted. Maybe sometimes I'm lying to myself. Well, I did this the other day. There was half a sandwich. It was kind of laying there, still in the wrapper, all good.
Oh, half a sandwich. That's good real estate, man.
Spoken like a raccoon trash panda you are.
I'm just saying, half a sandwich or still wrapped. We're talking the good stuff.
So they snagged it. We're walking back to their desk, trying to be coy, but another employee passes me in the hall, looks at my hand, sees the sandwich, says, "That's my sandwich." She snatches it directly out of my hand, gets in my face, then accuses me of being the one who's always stealing her lunch. Before I could even respond, she hauls off and hits me in the mouth.
Oh, Lord.
She says, maybe that'll teach you to keep your mouth away from other people's food. There was nobody else around, so I was just standing there stunned. I go back to my cubicle and I cried. I then realized that my front tooth was loose, hoping that it would go back. It did not, and it came out.
Oh, Lord.
Now, the problem I have is I don't have dental insurance, and I can't afford to get my tooth fixed. And now for the last couple of days, I've been not smiling and talking into my hand when responding to people. I just can't keep this thing going, and I don't know what to do. Do I go to the boss and tell my story? I mean, I am guilty of taking people's food. I did look in the hallway where we were standing and where she hit me in the mouth, and there is a camera there. And if it works, I assume I could prove my story to be true. But is that the right move? If I stay silent, what do I do about my tooth?
Boy,
this happens a lot, where in the workplace, people do things passive aggressively to each other, but you can't hit people in the hall unless they hit you first, because then it's self-defense. If somebody hauls off and hits you for eating their sandwich, they are in the wrong, and you can absolutely go to HR and report them, and you should.
With that said.
But you do have to fall on the sword and tell everybody that you were eating food that didn't belong to you.
Look, there's a lot of wrong in this story. You can't steal people's food. I think we all agree. I mean, that's a half a sandwich in the wrapper, y'all. Again,
and you've been doing it for a while, and people probably were getting upset, and it's building. And so that girl was probably so frustrated that she just punched you.
Yeah.
But that's the bigger crime.
And the other thing I need to know is, how badly are you truly struggling? Are you at a point where you really have to go and steal food? Now, if that's the case, we have a different conversation we got to have.
She said she is.
But she also, how do you know she's telling the truth? Is my point.
We can only go on what they say.
You only go on what they say.
Yeah.
Why are you cross-examining her?
Because look, if I was to steal someone's sandwich in the kitchen and it was wrapped and a sales dude punched me right after, I'm not that shocked.
Yeah. I think she's thinking by telling the boss somehow she might get her tooth fixed. And I don't know that that's true. And I can really see a double loss here. I think that they would fire the other employee. I think they might likely fire you.
You might both get fired.
And that's not going to help your situation. I think ultimately you're trying to figure out if you can get your tooth fixed, and you're hoping that they'll feel bad that you got punched by another employee at their place and be afraid that you might sue them, and then they'll get your tooth fixed for you.
You might be able to sue, but let me just tell you, this is going to be a long journey. You're probably going to be suing to get your tooth fixed for the next 2 years.
And again,
are you ready for this long ass journey?
And also, too, if there's cameras around and there's multiple pieces of footage of you taking Deborah's spaghetti one day and then taking Jake's sub the next day, people are going to say
they might have a reason to then go back and start looking every day and put together a case against you for their attorneys to say she was just stealing food all over the place. And I'm sorry about your situation, but stealing is stealing.
It's also easy to say you're in a tough situation when you may not. I'm just saying we don't have all the facts. Is she really struggling as bad as she's saying? There's a lot to unpack here.
I hear you. I know I look smart, but I'm not a lawyer. But I think stealing food you can't sue for. Punching in the face and breaking a tooth, you can. Right. And therefore, you could go after this chick and the company for not protecting you in this scenario and not punishing her quickly, maybe if they try to look the other way.
Oh, I please don't get it twisted. I am not agreeing with the person.
It's going to be a long, drawn-out thing, though.
I don't think you should ever punch somebody over a sandwich. Let's get that straight. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if drama starts to go down if you're the one that's stealing people's food at work.
When you do bad things to people, they're going to react. And sometimes their reaction was way worse than what you did to them because it's been building and building. You took the spaghetti. You took the sandwich. You took more food. And people are like, who keeps taking the food?
Dude, take it from a guy who grew up in a family that they can still timestamp a moment where you ate their Chinese food and it was theirs and they hold on to it. Decades will go by and then I'll have to hear, when you were 16, you ate my lo mein. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. People get a little squirrely with their food.
I think she is thinking that she is going to retain her job and get her tooth fixed immediately. And I, unfortunately, do not see a rapid repair of the tooth. And I see likely both people getting fired. I don't think you're going to get what you want out of it. I don't know that I would say anything, but almost 70% of people said that she should report the employee for socking her in the mouth, knocking out her tooth.
If you have the wherewithal to withstand suing this employee, you might be able to sue her, especially if you've got video footage to prove it. And going to HR at work is the first step of building your case for the lawsuit against the employee that hit you.
Right. And there are a lot of great food banks in South Florida. And so I think that's where you need to be directing yourself. If you're to a point where you can't find food and you're taking others at work, then there are options that are out there for you.
That's a great tip.
And that's what I'm saying is if there's really a struggle here, we have to sit down, talk to our manager about it, let them know I can't feed my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food bank is a much better option than getting punched in the face by a coworker because you took that hooker's sandwich again.
How good was that sandwich, though? I mean, if you were willing to sock someone in the face over a sandwich, how good is that sandwich?
It was probably pretty good. And the fact that it was still in the wrapper, I know I keep saying that, it's a big deal.
Okay.
I mean, everybody knows you don't walk down the hall with the stolen sandwich. I mean, you kind of deserve to get punched.
It's a bit brazen,
I think she was kind of confident, and this girl was looking. You know, because I think she suspected her of already stealing food.
Maybe it was a trap.
Oh, you think this is...
Oh, it might have been. You're right. I didn't think about that. I bet she did trap because she's like, I'm going to leave it here. And when I see this girl taking it, she's going to get everything.
Oh,
she don't even know what she's going to get. Yeah, it probably was a trap. She fell into it.
They
You're
talk.
Right. Otherwise, who's going to really notice that in a passive walk by?
Just be prepared. When you go to HR, both of you will get fired because you both did fireable offenses at work.
Yep.
One of you has a lawsuit. I don't know about the other one.